trying to decide if I was going to do a bit or not.
If you want to get in the pool, let's just fucking do it.
Get over yourself. Goodbye. It must be hard to be you. Yeah, looking in your eyes sometimes. I stay out all night.
Who is that?
Everything is all right.
Who is that?
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is when I'm watching RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 7, Episode 6.
Total Ru Quest Live.
That is seminal classic Eden's Crush.
I thought it was Eden's Crush, but I couldn't remember.
They name-dropped Eden's Crush.
They did. That's why
that TRL staple, all one song.
I was like, were they ever on TRL? Probably once.
That one
right?
song was a top 40 hit or top 20 hit or whatever, and that was it. I watched every episode of Pop Stars.
I've been old since I was young, so I always watched VH1.
Yeah, you wanted that like alt rock, college rock, like.
I am a sucker for a Counting Crow or a Matchbox 20 or a Goo Goo Doll or a Red Hot Chili Pepper.
And I don't want the world to see me.
Not that one.
Okay.
Although City of Angels is shockingly watchable.
I am barely breathing.
For a Nick Cage Meg Ryan movie, City
About
of Angels is pretty watchable.
Okay. Yeah, so that was Eden's Crush. I was like, did Michelle produce them? How did that slip in?
Have no idea.
It was very bizarre. Because then they didn't actually make a joke about it. Like there was no Nicole Scherzinger wasn't the guest judge. Like it was everybody's favorite Tove Lo. Look, I believe that's her name.
She's Swedish.
I believe that's her name. The ship has sailed. And because she's Swedish, they fired flaming arrows into it, and it sank to the bottom of the ocean.
Because
we have been calling her Tove Lo for 6 years.
At least 6 years. Because I swear to God, the radio and like TV called her Tove Lo forever. I like her music, but Ru kept saying it, and I was like, is she doing a bit like the Willow Pill?
No, when she walked the runway, in my head, I was like, oh, Tove Lo. And then Ru was like, Tove Lo. And I was like, oh, it just looks like Tove Lo. Okay. It was that out of pocket that I couldn't even clock that was the same letters.
If I'm being honest, it's probably like Tove Lo.
It's like M.
Yeah.
Mo. I call it Mo. But it's technically supposed to be M.
M. Yeah.
Don't even get me started on Robin and Roy Scop or whatever that is.
What is that?
It's a duo that Robin works with, but I can't say their name. They have I think they're Swedish. They have a song called Salted Licorice.
We all know how I feel about that.
What
Best to just move on.
Was Tove Lo wearing?
I have no idea.
There was a minimum of 3 things happening.
Yeah.
Possibly 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I was a fan of a good 4 of them. I liked the dress.
Uh-huh.
I liked the makeup. I liked the cake.
Yeah.
I could even be on board with like a weird helmet situation, but them together, it was everything not telling together, a full story.
It was not a cohesive story.
It looked like in Happy Endings when
with the helmet
Alex and Penny had
It's just one of the best visual gags.
And I just have to say, 1,000 apologies if there's a medical.
Of course.
If there's a medical excuse, we did not Google it before. I was going to say before somebody comes and slaps us. So, have I already been drinking? I don't know what's happening. I have not.
Like 3/4 of a bottle of wine in already.
Okay. So it was, the stars left over, blah, blah, blah. Jinx gave her star to Jada.
Yeah.
I thought that was odd.
I thought we were gonna, not like there was actually any like actual beef, but I thought we were gonna mend fences with
Trinity.
No. Vivian, because she blocked her. I thought she was gonna mend fences, but then she blocked her, but she gave her the star. Anyway. That's what I thought Jinx was gonna do.
Oh, I don't know if the rules would let her. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. No, I was like, Trinity, she helped you in that challenge.
Sure.
And even was like, remember this next time. Plus, Trinity's also been blocked. So part of me was sort of like, it depends on, that's the thing, is because it's like you and me are very like fair players, where it's like, if I had to pass out the star, I would either give it to someone who didn't have one
star.
or who had been blocked, particularly if I had blocked them. I'd be like, here's to make up for blocking you.
Men fences, yeah.
And so I thought that was weird. If there's a reason that I just don't remember, I'm sure you'll let me know. And then Raja gave her other star to Evie, who was so gracious.
Yeah.
I fucking love Evie.
She's great.
She is being such a good sport.
Yep.
I think this was a very generous win.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. Some people are mad that they're not being critical. And again, I'm fine with it.
It's all stars, all winners. I'm not really
I've said this a dozen times already, but it's in production's best interest to make them look good.
Yeah.
And I get it, and I don't have an issue with it. And I don't mind gentle reality TV every once in a while.
Yeah.
And so that is that. They broke into the two groups pretty organically. Vivian was in rare form.
Interestingly butthurt. Yeah.
And I feel like we didn't quite get to the thick of it.
No.
Was she, because she was offended that it was chosen for her.
Yeah.
And so when they gave her a chance to sort of like, well, what would you rather? She's backed down.
Well, she also was like, no, I like this song. But I think she just was like,
I would have liked to be given the choice.
Exactly. She was, I think the crux of it was like, just because you four on that couch are like cool with it doesn't necessarily mean us four on this couch. And so I actually really liked Jinx's, like,
it was the most perfect.
How about you think really hard
song?
for like a minute about what song you want, and then if you want to change couches, and two of them did. They just like swapped. And I was like,
because Vivian was giving picked last energy.
She was, and it didn't feel that way.
No, and so I was like, and
it was like the emotions were too big for like what had actually happened.
And it carried over.
Yeah.
Is the other thing. Like if it was just a little like hissy fit, I mean, who hasn't been there?
Yeah.
Because it was like either she was offended because she wanted someone on that team to pick her, or she didn't want to be with Jinx. But I don't think that I could see her having a competitive edge.
Yeah.
But I just so much agree with Jinx when Jinx was like, I want to do a show with you.
Yeah.
I want to perform with you. So they listened to the songs. The challenge, the gimmick was TRL. They were performing on TRL.
As a girl group.
Both girl groups were very good.
Yeah.
I got to give it to Titanic.
Probably.
Because what was Too Good For You? What was the other one? The breaking
Together
up?
Forever.
Together Forever.
Titanic was the breakup song.
Yeah. Together Forever was the second one. I think it was too much. I think all of the ideas were good, but it didn't come through if you didn't already know the setup.
Okay, cool, because that's the thing, because I was like, with the setup it works, which is that they're called the other girls, and they are all the like rejected members of other girl groups, so that's why it's non-cohesive. But you're right, you need that setup first.
But I the only one of them I would have gotten was Vivian as the British one, but even then I would have had a slight question as to whether she was just being herself or playing up that angle.
Okay.
And also, I clocked that Evie was doing something weird, but I don't think I think she should have been more of a literal robot. It didn't
I don't know how I want to phrase it. It didn't so much clock robot as it clocked Evie being weird. Like normal.
And then we had I think it was Jada was originally just going to be really bad at rapping, which I was kind of stoked to see. But I guess they
actually pretty good. It was just about poo.
Well, they changed it to IBS, which is funny in its own right. But I was so thrown.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit when they were actually recording. So if there was like a grand explanation, maybe I missed that. But yeah, I think all of their content, even Jinx, I think Jinx was fantastic. But if you were being the old, because she was right. She was like every, group like that has one member who's too old.
Yeah.
And she just looked like a glamour Baroque pop star.
Yeah.
And I think she should have been comically old trying to look young or something to that effect.
Okay, sure.
It just didn't. I think there was a lot of good material there. I don't think it landed in a way.
Not 100% in the way that the Titanic one felt a lot more cohesive.
I thought Monet mopped the floor with them.
Me too. They were falling all over themselves for Shea Coulee, who
You gonna say it?
I'm gonna say it. I find her to be a little bit of a...
She's beautiful.
She's super beautiful. I don't have any issues with her drag or like her style or any of her runway stuff, but I find her to be a little bit of a boring competitor. And I have been feeling that way about Monet. And then this episode, something lit a fire under her ass.
Monet has moments, because remember that I really like Monet's personality.
Yeah.
I like his talking heads. I think he's probably the cutest.
Sure.
And that fantastic leather pleather was, I mean, that gets through the competition for 3 full weeks for me.
100%.
On that look alone. But I thought that her look was the best, and I thought her verse was the best. I think Trinity did a very good job. So second, maybe, I don't know. And then there was, I agree with you. I think Shay's verse was pretty good, but when she wasn't in the front of the stage, she didn't register for me at all.
Same.
And I really like Raja. I think she's a look queen. I don't think the performances, the acting, I think she's good at. And I liked her. It was good. It was good. It was good.
I also, the thing for me is like, I think if they were giving out criticisms, I think that would be a Shea Coulee criticism, is that you kind of, I think the criticism would be you're relying on your beautiful face, and there's not enough there.
Well, Shea even said, I don't think you heard it, because I think it was while commotion was going on, but Shea even said in this episode that she was afraid she was fading into the background a little bit.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's canon. She herself acknowledged that she started strong and then started to fizzle out a little bit. So it was a very interesting...
I can't stress enough how much I really like all of them.
Yeah, and that's what I meant when I was like, honestly, because even... it's going to take me a minute. Tove Lo shaded the shit out of Raja by being like, well, and every group has a member who doesn't quite know the steps.
Incredible. It's true.
I was like,
it's completely true.
No, it is, because Victoria Beckham couldn't be bothered. Like, she just was like, she was only there for the food. Well, you know what I mean.
She was there for the money.
But, so I thought that was hilarious. Fucking Ross Matthews as Carson Gailey. That was so funny.
It was very funny.
To me. And Carson Daly drag.
It was very funny, but it also upset me to look at him. Drab colors, whatever fucking straight monstrosity of sideburns those were. His eyebrows were drawn in, less kempt. It was like, so upsetting. The wide leg jeans.
This is the baggy clothes. I was like, oh, this is weirdly the most attracted I've ever been to Ross.
No.
Oh man, it was.
I hope he like extra gays it up next week.
And then all the TRL cutaways were like giving you life, but
I almost went and I should have gotten it to just sit right here. My American Eagle unisex perfume. I still have a bottle.
The last time we sprayed it, I think you and I had like migraines.
We had fucking trauma flashbacks.
Like time travel induced migraines.
Trauma flashbacks in 9th grade specifically.
Yeah, no, I don't fuck. My senior year was actually pretty great. I had a good time senior year because all my shit had settled.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with 9th through. I go from 8th grade to senior year. There is no 9th, 10th, or 11th grade for me. Stricken from the books. So we'll do the red carpet or the runway in a minute. The winner was Evie and Vivian. And
Vivian doesn't get a star.
No.
But she got $10,000 more dollars.
Yeah, so which that was the whole thing. I keep forgetting that they just didn't get money in the Drag Race
at the
UK.
beginning.
Yeah. So now she's got $20,000, a minimum. I don't remember. They were giving money away for mini challenges at first, but we haven't had a mini challenge in a hot minute, so I don't know what the structure is there.
I'm not sure either.
But so then Vivian blocked Jinx.
Yep.
And I said it, and you were like, no, that's going to be too much. But I was like, if she picked anybody else, it would be out of pocket.
You're right. It wouldn't make sense if she just chose
2 ways over, because number one, she has a vendetta with Jinx because Jinx picked her, yada, yada. I mean, fair and unfair.
Vendetta is like... Yeah.
But it's like she has a reason. And second of all, Jinx is such a clear front runner.
Yeah.
It would be wild if out of nowhere she was like, here, Shay, or you know what I mean? I don't know, unless they all just decide like Trinity's just going to be the sacrificial lamb. They just, all of them just decide to block Trinity from here on out. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know why though.
No, I just randomly picked that. Also, I think we said this last week and I need to say it again. Evie, her like lip sync look from last week was gorgeous. She was in it this whole beginning. Her makeup.
Yeah.
I feel like because she's so weird and just always was, that's her brand, she hasn't been properly praised for her post-season glow up.
I agree.
Like, because she even had the Bosco eyebrows a couple weeks ago. I think she's a very exquisite drag queen that it just sort of, it doesn't get said because she's frequently not doing glam.
Yeah.
So I just had to say that. But runway?
Yeah. Before we do that, I wanted to let you know that you heard it here first. Billy Lord is coming back for the next American Horror Story season.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We guess we don't have a theme yet?
Not yet.
They threatened us with mermaids, but...
they didn't deliver.
Well, we thought it was going to be last season, but then they were like, next season. And they do nothing but lie. So
Yeah, I don't know.
So the runway was Dolly Parton.
Love it. It was like Night of $1,000.
Mm-hmm. They kind of do that every season. So as such, no movie looks. We learned that with the J-Los.
Yeah, because Maddie was trying to be the cell.
Mm-hmm. They are trolling the fuck out of Maddie.
I'm like mad now. I'm like actively mad now. It's the first look out is trolling Maddie. Also, Rue looked amazing in the yellow and the white blonde.
The hair was so good. And the makeup. Because I asked Rachel works in cosmetics. And I was like, what is on her eyelid? And Rachel was finally like, I think it's a holographic strip. Because it was just like shimmering in this shiny way other than glitter.
Also, Michelle looks incredible, as per usual.
Tove had a cake on her head.
Yep.
Let me pull the hair up. Like
into the cake? Like in and around the cake? This is specifically what's shading Maddie. It's obviously better.
So I like this a lot. A lot. I think it's great on Monet. I think it works. I totally get the reference. It's not my number one, or two. But
there's a lot. I just, for me, again, I wish the movies were like allowed, because like how someone didn't do Steel Magnolias is kind of beyond me, but
Best Little Whorehouse.
Or that, yeah. I mean, like almost anything, but
it was good.
For red carpet ones, it's like, so we're wearing a lot of pastels and rhinestones. Mm-hmm. I get it.
This is a fantastic Reba.
Reba would never wear something like that.
No. Again, it's very good. I like the the face is just giving me straight. Even the hair. I mean, I know Reba's not blonde, but if that was red, but it's good. It was very. There's not a one of them, I don't think, that I didn't get.
No, they're all great. They all look like Dolly.
I love the leather Dolly because it's there. She showed her work. And it's the appliques and the fringe.
Yep.
And I like that she went white blonde.
Yep, me too.
Oh, not one of their tits were big enough.
Or
not a single one of them.
And this is not the same color as the rest of Shay.
No, I realized we were about like 5 in, and I was like, man, it just not like none of them. I don't, almost to the point where I was like, were you given like a restriction? Because I almost expected, remember Simone's fun bags? Yep. Like I almost, maybe they didn't want to be insulting. I don't know. But it's not so much that Dolly's boobs are so big. If anything more, I think it's because of her frame. Because she's so tiny. Mm-hmm. And she's just so top heavy. That's part of her silhouette.
Yeah.
Like, where's Nina West's Dolly?
Sure. Yeah.
That really, borderline unforgivable in my, like, Vanna White, okay, fine. But
no, I agree.
It's Dolly. What the? This is good. I like this one. I like this one. And the nails. She got me with the nails, and
it also
every single one of them had that walk, which I know where it came from, but it was like
it also is like an awards show look, which I liked.
But again, the wig is so big that it gives you the like love. This is like specifically like 2000, year 2000 Dolly.
Okay, also, I'm going to try to say this for the last time. We'll see if she allows me that. Like 4 weeks ago, she said, I never wear blue. And I have been clinging to that. And every runway since, her dress has been fucking blue.
But like almost the exact shade. Like it's not like it's like, well, I would wear more of a navy or like a seafoam. No, it has been this aqua. Like
she looks
crystal.
Great.
Yeah,
don't say stuff like that and let it get edited into the show and then fucking go the opposite way the rest of the time. It's hilarious to me.
But this is up there for me. I don't think it's number one, but it's up there for me. The tits are better, also discolored though.
Yeah.
I really like this. I love the long sleeves, and I almost wonder if they were allowed to talk to each other,
so that they didn't all do the same thing.
Because we've had several runways in a row where I'm like, oof. Yeah. And so far, none of them have done the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they had to have like
not like 2 seasons ago, I guess, when they did yellow and like 3 of them were taxi cabs.
Yeah, I was like, they had to have let them talk to each other, or like given them notes, or maybe they gave production notes. I don't know, and I'm fine with it. She has the gait too, the like the stance. I maybe this is my favorite. I don't know.
It's very good.
I think it's my number 2.
She also did such good contouring.
It's fine.
It's good. I like it. Yeah.
These are closer with the boobs, especially when she does the jiggle.
Yeah. Although Dolly would never
jiggle.
Well, they don't.
Which Dolly?
They don't jiggle.
My issue is I don't know. I mean, if you showed me this, I don't know, like, that I would have. Okay.
This is my favorite.
This is my favorite.
This is my favorite Dolly.
Uh-huh.
Like, it looks like it's the night she premiered Jolene.
Uh-huh.
And I love the spin.
She's got the Miss Piggy perm.
Yeah.
And the
everything.
off the shoulder. But also, it's just so Jinx.
Yeah.
It's so Jinx as Dolly.
It's the one she would have chosen, where it's like, how none of the rest of them went like especially Raja, in my opinion, has such a frame and silhouette for like a 70s like boho, and this is such a 70s
because she even said 80s, and I was like, this is 70s Dolly. Yeah. This is like with chubby Dolly. Yeah. Before she I hate to be a broken record, but
it's perfect. It's also not strategic to keep blocking Jinx, because otherwise she'd win for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that.
I mean,
it's like, it's specific. I do like, although she didn't do the Tina Turner hair, which I think she should have.
I don't like the wig.
Yeah.
Because again, I agree. I like the knee garters and the short. Like I said, it is a version of Dolly.
Yeah.
But I wish the wig was that piecier.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, it shouldn't be curly. It should be the feathered Tina Turner, like in the picture. And she was like, I mean, she does, but she was overdoing the like walking down the runway part of it.
Mm-hmm. So Jinx and Vivienne for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with Evie'S Win, because like I said, I do love Evie.
Oh yeah. No, it's great.
It
was fine.
All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that, and thumbs up, please. It does the best for us. It helps boost us to the algorithm. Like and subscribe, comment, the patron, and all of the links. And you know the drill. This isn't your first. And if this is your first time on YouTube, how did you get here? Let us know. Like,
yeah,
I have
we'd love to know the pipeline.
I have so many more questions
to get here.
So, what else do you like watching? Who are you? Tell us about you. Leave a comment.
Bye.
New friends are silver, and old friends are gold.
Hey.
Something, and keep the old. I tried to do that like 2 weeks ago, and it didn't work then either.